Okay, so two last things. One, I thought as I was reading this, it's kind of like making fun of a tale of manners, in a sense. You know, these books about manners, teaching manners to children, because it shows basically what not to do in many circumstances. One of those being the also famous scene of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So let's see, page 75 of my version. When she's first coming upon them, uh, have some wine, the March Hare said in an encouraging tone. Alice looked all round the table, but there was nothing on it but tea. I don't see any wine, she remarked. There isn't any, said the March Hare. Then, it wasn't very civil of you to offer, said Alice. It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited, said the March Hare. I didn't know it was your table, said Alice. It's laid for a great many more than 3. Your hair wants cutting, said the Hatter. He had been looking at Alice for some time with great curiosity, and this was his first speech. You should learn not to make personal remarks, said Alice with some severity. It's very rude. The Hatter opened his eyes very wide on hearing this, but all he said was, Why is a raven like a writing desk? And then it just goes on with more ridiculous conversation from there. But basically there's a lot of examples along the way of them pointing out that the other characters are being rude when they're also being rude. And there's the whole nonsense of them getting up and changing places and eating at the next person's place, which is completely filthy because it is always tea time since the Mad Hatter's watch broke. I think it was the Mad Hatter's watch. And then the second thing was I wanted to talk just briefly about, now I've forgotten what it was, of course. The lessons. So everywhere she goes in Wonderland, all the animals demand that she recite her lessons to them. And she thinks this is very odd, this is very bossy, and it's very pointless at every single point. And so again, in the mind of a child, right, why am I being forced to memorize these nonsensical lessons and then recite them just at the drop of a hat? And then some of the characters point out how her lessons that she quotes back to them, either she's not saying it right, they're critiquing her, or they say it doesn't make sense, even when she gets it right. So anyways, just little things I'm throwing in there. Overall, just to kind of wrap this up, because I'm going on and on quite a bit, I think that this is a very interesting story as an adult. I enjoyed it as a child because of all the humor, but I feel like I didn't get a lot of the humor because I was thinking like a child, and this is written, from a child's perspective. And now as an adult, I can look back on the child's perspective and think like how funny it was, and kind of from a meta, analytical standpoint, enjoy it. But anyways, I can see why this book is a classic. I think it's probably one of my favorites that I would draw upon. I also, in my own writing, I've seen Lewis Carroll's influence come out on occasion, which is often the case for writers. So anyways, I hope you liked my videos, I enjoyed them, found something useful or interesting. Let me know if I should keep doing these or not. I hope this is a good format for communicating my thoughts. And bye-bye.